Welcome to the channel, guys. This is YBR Gaming. It's been a lot of those you've seen come out lately since Nexon has gone back into their Nexon bag, and that means a whole bunch of things. One is being lazy and acting like things aren't a problem until enough of us whine, and then they fix it or kind of address it and then put it on the list of things to fix. But we want to at least get it to that point, because if we don't, they just will leave it off forever and not do anything. Trust me, this company is as good as it is bad. So what I'm talking about today is the familiar system. You're probably thinking, well, YBR, that just came out. Like, let it cook, like let it simmer, give it some time, just what's the problem with it? I understand that it is new. It's going to be wonky. It's going to have issues and it needs to be fixed and addressed over time. I'm addressing the things that need to be fixed so it gets put in place. People see it. Maybe Nexon sees it and then they add it to the list of things to be changed. And overall, I like the system. Some things bug related that I want to talk about. Other things, just little tweaks to make it a little better. And first, we'll start off with the weekly count. 15 is not enough. 15 is not enough, guys. When we take in the fact that even as a free-to-play player, and I'm not paying Maple points to, expand the speed of the expeditions, I do use coins to do so. I'm hitting 15. It's Monday. I hit 15 yesterday. That's like 3 whole days that I can't do this because I've already hit the cap. It clearly is not enough. 20 at least, or something like 21, right? I think would be fair and will get us just till Wednesday for the reset. I want to feel like I'm able to do this every day, right? And I understand there's 6 hours, there's 8 hours, and this is why it may fluctuate for many, but that's a whole other problem in itself, right? But overall, assuming that you're even going for the 12-hour ones, if you're lucky, or you're paying Maple points to get the higher tier ones, this is not enough, right? So change that, 20 or 21. Number 2, the expeditions. I think it would be fair, and I don't know why they didn't do this, to offer 1 free change a day. 1 free change. Like, why do I have to start off by paying you 300 Maple points, which is damn near $2 or something in Canadian, or I don't know. It's just stupid expensive. Like it's at least $1 just to get this again. 2 blues and a white. It's not like I hit 300 and Maple points. Oh, there's a legendary one. I've done that because I've been sitting on 800 Maple points for like a millennia and I just want to use it on something. I actually got a legendary, which is cool. But no one's paying $1 a day like it's some sort of like donate to Africa thing or insert third world country. No, Africa's not. You get where I'm going. Those commercials where they're acting like the kids need food and stuff. It's like donate. You get where I was going with that. Africa is a continent and it is a very rich continent. I want to clarify that. And but yeah, like this is just crazy. 1 a day, just so if I have my main team, which is going to get into the third problem, why are these ones orange and then everything else is blue? That's going to get to my other complaint. But my main team has to go through and waste one of its expeditions just to get rid of one of these to spawn another one, right? Or I take one of these ones, which are pretty good for being blues, right? And then get rid of this one, for instance, or this one, just so this one has a chance of getting a legendary or unique tier run. But what that does is I waste a weekly count and I waste an expedition just to get rid of this one. You get what I mean? It's almost like free to play has to waste their points to get the runs they want to run, where people who pay are just going to pay to get each one of these 15 counts, if they're rich, to like a unique or a legendary run, which highes their chance of getting a green bag or pouch, which ends up getting you potentially, I don't know, a big star spec or a pitch item drop, which that's what everyone wants, a pitch item box. I actually ran into 1 legendary sack once in like a gold unique expedition. And lo and behold, getting to the third complaint, I did not have the right, let's say, familiars in order to get the job done. I couldn't roll as high. I take a look here. That's a +1. That's a 1.2. That's a +2, 1.2. That's not bad. But only being able to roll up to 4, it does add up sometimes. Because sometimes you get a hard 1. You re-roll, you get a 1 again. You re-roll, you get a 1 again. Now it just sucks. You don't get enough of the things you click on, right, in order to prompt the rolling, whatever those are called, the banners. You don't get enough under these expeditions. You get 1 to 2 on this one, 2 to something on this one, or something like that. And then when it hits like unique or epic, it's like 3. It just adds how many of those banners you see on one round, the higher the tier. The more banners on the round, the higher the chance of it being a legendary banner, which can drop a good sack, right? So that's how it really plays into it. The more the better. So you forcing yourself to go through these, you can run into a green. I think I ran into a green actually on a white. I'm not joking. I think it was a white one and I ran into a green. It can happen, but it's just less likely. And you only have 15 counts a month. So it's just add 1. I was gonna say more 3, right? If I were to be absolutely, fair, I think 3. But 1 a day. 1 a day or like 3 a week, something like that. Don't make me pay just to switch this out, right? But I don't want to drag that on. I think that's just where the pay to win kind of gets to me, and you know how Nexon is. It just bugs me because it's like they literally sat there. How can we make it so they pay to use this? And that was this. That was this. And what that does is, 1, you're being greedy and making people spend their money. 2, you're hindering free to play players of progressing again through a paywall. I'm done. I'm done on that one, guys. We'll move on. But let's go to the worst thing. Oh my gosh, this UI thing here. 1, allow us to unlock these when they're locked. Holy smokes, this is the most annoying thing in the world, guys. You can't unlock these. Look, let me see if I have any. So see that? You do not have the option. You have to click it and unlock it, right? Boom, done, right? You have to click it and unlock it. So if I pop like 20 of these, right, and I lock it, when you're probably saying, why don't you just not lock it? Bro, sometimes you lock them because you get a good roll and you don't want to accidentally extract it. So you lock it, right? And maybe you lock one side. See here, I could have opened up this side. I didn't open it because this side is where I open it. Because if you don't know, you have to click this, unlock all of them, then click this, unlock all of them. Instead of it just unlocking all of them, why not unlock both sides at the same time? That's another thing that's an issue. Another problem, if they are in your setup, then you cannot see them in the info screen. Why? Why? Like, why? 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 Oh my God! Wow! Like, I don't understand. Why not just make it so we can set up the team and then, go on an expedition? And then I'm pretty sure, I haven't tested it, and I'm pretty sure I was still able to do this, but I'm pretty sure if you have them on your actual, familiar setup, then you can't use them on here. Or if they're on a run, you can't use them when you're training. Which is another, why? That's so, trying to not curse, man. That is so stupid. That is absolutely astronomically stupid. Why? Why not separate these two? Why are they intertwining? What is the benefit of doing that other than hindering us to be able to progress? In what world can I not use my periodically healing familiars because I wanted to see if I can get a freaking coin and a Roro potion? Like, let's keep it real. Change that shit. And it's to the point where I don't think they did that on purpose. I think they just didn't code it enough so it wouldn't do that, if that makes any sense. It's just not finished yet, so it just ended up being that way and they just kept it there. Because if not that, then I have to believe that they're stupid. And that is just absolutely stupid. But here comes the crux. The reason why I made the video. This is the most peeving, asinine thing out of all of them. It's the rolls you get on uniques. Now, I'm in Chronos or Challenger Chronos. I'm in the Iron Man server. You guys know how hard it is to get anything in this server unless they're giving it to us. You have to grind hours on hours just to get familiars and a chance for it to tier up because it can't fail. I failed from epic to unique 9 times. 9 times. I could have made like 3, if it went through once, 3 uniques, 6 epics, in the chance that I went to make 1. So it can take a very long time or just a decent amount of time, right? And then when you finally get it and you unlock the roll, you get this. And now get me, look at all these. These are all uniques, right? Just look at the trend. If first dice rolls odd, that's probably one of the better ones I've gotten. If all 3 dice This should not exist on a unique freaking familiar that took so long to make. It shouldn't exist. This is the shitty roll, bro. Second and third dice add up to... Now, I need to look into these ones, because apparently they don't work the way they're read. And that's another problem, too. Because by reading this, that means both dice just have to add up to 2 or more. That means it's always going to add up to 2 or more, because the lowest thing you can roll is a 1. You get me? But I'm pretty sure I was told, or I read, that that is not the case, and I would agree for it not to be the case. Because why would you even put that? That's almost redundant. It's like, obviously, that means just put 1.8 then, right? So there has to be something up with it. And am I willing to use my 15 count, one of my 15 counts to find out? Hell no. So we just leave that there. Bro, anything that says something percent chance sucks ass. Sucks ass, guys. This is so bad. This is terrible. The first and third dice match. What are the chances of that happening? All 3 dice roll a 4. The same thing I just said. They think because it's 2.4 and 3 dice. Yeah, it looks nice. When am I going to actually get that? When am I going to get it? All 3 dice roll a 2. It's like, bro, why isn't this... It's only +2 more than what blues can offer. Why? They should be no lower than +6 for this. Look at this. What the fuck is this? See, now I'm swearing. What is this? If the dice rolls a 2, I get a +3? Like, what is this? You guys are seeing the trend, right? And these are probably one of the better ones I got. And this is no different than what you would get on an average blue familiar. It just adds up to 6 dice rolls because it's unique. That's why this one is better. And this one, 6. That's nice. It's not bad, right? These are one of my better ones. That's why they're on my team 1, right? Because these are arguably decent, right? But when you take a look here, you take a look at these, right? Look at this. I would just pop 7 of these. Boom, 1.4, 1.2, right? 1.2. Even this is a -1, still 1.4. +1, 1.4. These are darn near the rolls you are looking for, aside from the -1s. Look at that. +2, 1.2 on a blue. Why am I able to get such a godlike roll on a blue, but when you work your ass off for these, it gives you this shit? This game loves, gets a hard on for just punishing you for putting work in. It literally does. Everything is RNG. RNG this, RNG that. It's like taxes in Canada. You gotta throw it on everything. Bro, not everything needs to be RNG in a fucking MMO game. Let people's work flourish through some form of a prize. Is that so hard, Nexon? You have to do 7 months of defeating Lotus and then not get his item, just never see it, or just have someone who just joined with you, let's say you take them on a run and then they just get it. Like, fuck you for putting all the work in. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to take someone's hard work and then just say, after all of that, you get a chance. You get a chance. And you can apply that to anything. Pitch drops, Arcane drop, box drops, Absolab box drops, Mystic Frontier, whatever, bro. Gachapon were the originator of this RNG bullcrap. And RNG is not real. It's a computer trying to be random. Computers are not good at that. They're articulate. They like the antithesis of random. They want to know what it is. They're calculators. So RNG was a system for it to strum through a whole bunch of numbers and kind of do all this computer nerdy crap and then guesstimate, right? And I use quotations because it's like, it's not really guessing. It's still picking it. That's why it's faulty. That's why you'll see sometimes things that don't add up. Like, what are the chances of that? Because it wasn't random. You didn't actually flip a coin. It just went through a bunch of these numbers and these processes to do its best way to guess, if that makes any sense. So even RNG in itself is a flawed system that they are working on. For what it's worth, cool. You're able to make a computer act stupid, if that makes any sense. Good on you. That in itself, cool. But this bad boy here, I'll maybe somehow add it in if I don't post this and then I make this and then I unlock it and then it's a crap roll again. I'll add it to the video or something just to show you, man. It's just, you put all this work in, you get nothing. All I'm asking for, you know what I'm asking for? I'm asking for like one of these, or even better. Where's the one? Where's the two? The +2 one? This or this, something like this, but then with 6 dice. I'm not even asking for much. I think there should be +1 or +2s plus ×2 for a unique. That's what I believe you should be getting. Not 2.4 if you hit odd, if you hit even on the 3rd dice. Why not just if you hit an odd number? Right? Why does it have to be the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd die? Now we're going off of, you have to, that's 2, what would you call it? That's like 2 trials you need to pass through. It needs to be an odd number, and the 1st dice needs to be an odd number. That's 2 trials that you need to pass through, right? And then you lose 2 dice. You lose 2 dices to get a 1.8 roll. That is only 0.4 more than what these are offering, sometimes just as is. This is a +1 with 1.4. Why in the name of frick? And it's the same one. Look at this, the same familiar. The same familiar. Do you see the problem here? These should not be in the roll table for unique. Unique should have a reduced amount of shitty rolls and a higher tier of higher rolls. I shouldn't open 10 uniques and get absolute ass 10 times just for someone to say, oh, that's just how it is, Chuck. Just keep doing it again. Fuck. Oh, I forgot I had a soundboard for a second. Why am I soaring? Like, holy smokes, bro. But that's it, man. Honestly, like, what else is there to say? It's a new system. It is what it is. I'm just hoping, if you guys agree with me on any of these, say something, speak up, put it in the comments, put your complaints out, share the video, spread it around like a freaking disease until Nexon sees it and they make the change. Because yes, we keep saying, oh, they gave it to us. They didn't have to. Yes, they do have to give it to us. We're giving them the money. We're giving them the time. They promise a good game with updates. These are the updates. It's not always like, oh, thou Nexon, I am so great that you have done something for us. No, they were supposed to do something for us. They make hand over fist off of us. The least you can do is give us a little bit of something to go off of, especially your free-to-play players. Because I know whales, yes, they do pay for the game, but they pay for the game in order to look better than us, the free-to-play players. If we are not in the game, they're not going to show off to each other because they don't care amongst each other. They want the little guys to be like, oh my God, you're so cool. Look at your CP. Oh, you're so cool. You need free-to-play players for that. So in a way, we both sustain the video game, right? Even the player count. People see low player counts. How are you gonna get average? How are you gonna get like people to invest into your company or invest into your game, or invest money if they see no one plays it? So don't downplay the free-to-play player given their time, which is 10 times more valuable than money, because you can make $1 million in a minute, you can never get a minute back. Right? Right. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, end it off with that. On to the next complaint that I have with the game.